Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 971. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Watch out for those black spores that get into your ears.
That's right. Like I was just telling Chris off air, I went to see Fate of the Furious, and they had this oversized Alien Covenant poster, which was really awesome, man. I was very excited to see that. What I really want to talk about, all things Alien Covenant and Alien Awakening and whatever, there was a story that came out, Chris, I don't know if you saw it, that now Ridley Scott has changed his mind completely. And instead of doing 6 Alien movies, never touching Ripley, never catching up to Ripley or after Ripley, he wants to do a thing with a de-aged Ripley with, I guess, Sigourney Weaver voicing her and her interacting like a young Ripley. Like, basically, it seems to me like he's wants to do Neil Blomkamp's ideas, but his own movie rather than Neil Blomkamp doing it. Like, I guess taking place after Aliens, but her being young with Newt and all that. What do you feel about that?
I'm kind of upset about it. And not too upset, but I'm going to tell you why. It's exactly what you just said. I did see that article, and if it is true, I got to say, that means that we're never going to get that Alien 5 that Blomkamp pitched or had concept art for.
Right.
Because if he does Ripley in a movie, I mean, it has to be after Aliens. I guess maybe technically
he's stealing his idea, though.
I guess maybe technically it could be after Resurrection, but I don't want that. It would have to be after Aliens.
But he's stealing his idea. That's effed up. I'm Ridley Scott, and I'm doing it myself. Thanks. Take care.
I mean, if this is really in the pipeline that for Ridley Scott to do a movie with Ripley in it, a young Ripley in it, that's the final nail in the coffin for that Alien 5 idea that Blomkamp had. I mean, it just won't happen.
But wouldn't he be able to sue them for that? I mean, that's his friggin' idea. No.
I mean, Ridley Scott is the alien guy.
But But he said it was his concept art that he made and his idea. I mean, what is it? Open domain? Like he.
But as long as they, because you got to remember too, Blomkamp does. I don't think he has the rights to do any of this stuff.
Yeah, but it's still his idea, his concept.
Well, as long as they don't follow his ideas, no, there's really nothing he can do. I don't think.
But basically, they're going to do the main thing where Alien 3 never happened, which that was his kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is ridiculous. I knew this was going to happen. Because I said to you, you know what, this guy's getting screwed over.
Yeah, you did say that, yeah.
I said, this guy, and one thing I don't like is, look, if you come out and you say, I want to do A, B, and C, right? And then you say, I'm not doing A, B, and C, I'm doing D, E, F. But this is why I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
We don't get that. We get, I'm doing A, B, and C, and then he's like, no, I'm not doing A, B, and C, I'm doing D, E, F. But there's no explanation. There's no, I was kind of wrong. I decided to switch gears and do this. No, there's no explanation. It's just like, I'm Ridley Scott, and, it's not Prometheus 2, but it is. But it's like, it's like, and this guy brought interest into Alien 5, and this guy got screwed over. And whether he does successful movies or not, let's face facts. He got screwed over.
I think so.
He should be given money. He should be on the project. Even if he's not the writer-director, he should get some type of compensation for invigorating this interest in the fans by his concept art. Like, oh my God, Ripley's back. Because if he didn't do that, there would be no interest like it was. It'd be like, oh yeah, Prometheus. It's like, do you agree? I mean, when people saw that art, it was like, wow, this would be great.
I'll tell you, I mean, speaking from, personally for me, when I saw that concept art, I was like, that's really interesting. And then when I heard, I don't know if I heard this before I saw the concept art or not, but when I had heard the idea that it was that Alien 3 and 4 weren't going to be in this story and it was going to take place after Alien and Aliens, I was like, that's really interesting because, Hicks could be there and Newt, and they could potentially have Ripley kind of quote unquote pass the torch to Newt and then they could have a whole series of aliens, like follow-up movies, that kind of talk about maybe the Colonial Marines or whoever fighting against the Xenomorphs and maybe Weyland Yutani or something. So that was something that I was like, yeah, I would totally like to see that, especially if Sigourney Weaver was going to be in one or two of them. Absolutely. I liked Prometheus, and I do want to see Alien Covenant now. At the time, I was like, I really don't care. Because I feel like I have a funny feeling that Alien Covenant is going to raise a lot more questions than answers from Prometheus. I really do. I think they're going to answer one or two things, and it might be one or two major things from Prometheus. But I have a very funny feeling that Covenant is going to be it's going to add another layer of questions on top of the questions that haven't been answered. And they're going to do this continuously for 6 movies. And then at the end, it's going to be like, I don't care anymore.
Right.
Like, I honestly don't, you know?
But let me ask you a question, because we did many casts on this, right? Didn't Ridley Scott, first he was going to call it Paradise Lost. And he made this whole speech about he's calling it Paradise Lost because his favorite book, Paradise Lost, right? Which is really stupid, because when you mention that, that means that the person that did Paradise Lost, or the family or whatever, is going to sue you for taking the name. So right off the bat, that was dumb. But anyway, he says, oh, we're not going to do aliens. We're going to do our own thing, different type of aliens that are not related to those, right? But like when Blottenkamp came up with this thing, he changed his whole thing. Now, there was even a conversation. Remember, Chris, we were talking about that he said, look, I did The Martian. I'm successful. I'm putting my movie out first. So you got to wait. And then when I put out Alien Covenant, then you could go ahead with Alien 5. And that's what was deep. That was the deal, if you remember, right, Chris? We talked about this. This was the deal, okay? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you can't do that. My script is, I'm ready to shoot, like Alien Awakening. And you're like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I already wrote the script, and I could, hey, movie company, I could shoot this in a month or two, which they love, because they're like, oh, shit, let's just shoot it, right? You don't have to wait for the whole thing with the script and everything's all done. So then Blomkamp's like, all right, well, like, am I going to have, I'm just, paraphrasing. I'm not, like, he didn't say this, but I'm like, so then I'm going to do it next year? Oh, no, I'm doing 6 movies. So I'm not doing my movie then. Yeah, you're doing your movie. Thanks a lot. Thanks, buddy. Take care. Be good. All right? We don't need you. Thanks. And it's like, but now he's twisting his tune that he's out of the picture. And I'm going to make a young Ripley. Yeah, nude, sure. What do you want? Absolutely, Hicks. Let's go. It's like, what about that guy? Whether that guy would have brought it into the toilet or not, he created a stir. He created, the crowd. He filled the room with fans of Aliens who have interest for it. So why are you screwing that guy over? Even if he doesn't write it, even this guy deserves something. Even if they give him different movies to do, or they take care of him financially, like whoever's doing, who's doing Aliens? Sony?
No, 20th Century Fox.
20th Century Fox. All right, 20th Century Fox. They'll take care of this guy, but nobody's taking care of this guy. This guy's like, he got the middle finger, basically.
Well, you know what it is, and it's really unfortunate, and I don't know this for sure. This is just my,
I'm speculation. So I'm just, yeah.
I think they look at him, Blottenkamp. I think 20th Century Fox looks at Blottenkamp and they go, we don't owe him anything. What did he do? Concept art? Ridley Scott's doing it. And that's really what I think they look at him, I don't think they mean to disrespect him, but I think it's like, yeah, okay, you did your concept art. That's cool. We got, interaction online and it became big news. But, yeah, you're not doing your movie. We're doing this stuff with Ridley Scott, and Prometheus worked, and we think that Covenant's going to work, and it's going to lead to Awakening, and then whatever the hell they do after that. So yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like
scummy.
He's going to be waiting to do this movie for a long time, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't like the politics of that garbage, like when they do shit like that, and I feel that 20th Century Fox used to have Star Wars. and they need a franchise to be big. You know, like right now, a lot of people are desperate for franchises with this whole conglomerate of Disney, Marvel, and like Disney, Marvel, like the power. Like the big thing, and everybody wants to have their own cinematic universe. They want them big franchise, like that's gonna put them over the edge. I mean, look, Fast and the Furious 8. The thing is like it beat Star Wars, Force Awakens. Okay, and I gotta tell you, I watched it and I loved it. It was better than I thought, but people need a franchise. So I think there's room to have Blomkamp do his movie as an Alien cinematic universe. Like you could afford the liberties of having Alien 5 continue while Alien whatever continues. But they won't do that. And I feel that they think he's a failure or something. But you know what though? If he had movies that didn't do good, that's not going to be the future always. He could put out the movie that makes $3 billion.
Right, but the thing is, though, and this is the thing with Hollywood producers, they don't want to roll the dice like that.
I know.
And that's and I can't say I blame them.
Right.
But I think, like you said, they could do kind of a cinematic universe kind of thing with Alien, and Ridley Scott is doing the past, and Blomkamp does maybe the future of this universe.
But Ridley Scott has the right to say no because he did the franchise before.
Yeah, and here's my thing, right? Let's say hypothetically, I don't think this is going to happen, but let's say hypothetically, Alien Covenant comes out and it absolutely sucks.
Right.
What do they do then?
They do Neil Blomkamp's movie.
They might have to.
But that shouldn't be a thing where they do it as the last resort, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this movie costs $100 million to make and it makes like $700 million, I think you could afford to throw a little money towards Blomkamp's movie. And if it doesn't do well, all right, well, Alien Awakening will. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, That's what I think. I'm not happy about that whole thing. I really feel he got screwed over. And again, I don't know him personally. I don't know. I don't even know if I've even seen any of his movies, to tell you the truth. But I feel for the guy. I do. So.
I got to tell you, and it's kind of unfortunate, but in my opinion, Alien, Predator, and Terminator are all like really like weirdly placed right now. Like their franchises, Alien is doing all right. It's more so Predator and Terminator. Those franchises right now are like desperately trying to find something that works.
Well, I would rate it as Alien's doing great right now because it's got the star, right? We don't know if that's going to be the finished product. It does great. Predator has potential because there's one coming out, right? They already filmed it or whatever, right? Even though I don't agree with what's going on. But Terminator is kind of like was kind of screwed until we did our podcast. The next day it was like, right?
Yeah, we did that. It was like an hour and a half that we talked, and then the next day it was like big announcement coming for Terminator in 2017.
But who does that? That they said it's total. They said it was totally done. Remember? We did our podcast, and then they said it's not totally done. So now, does this mean that it's not even James Cameron's part, or is it that company's part, or what the hell is going on?
I have no idea.
Look, dude, I'll work on it. I mean, I already sent them like paragraphs of what I would do to fix the John Connor thing. But, and I said, I don't care. You could use this without paying me a darn. Just fix the damn thing. But I would love to work on a movie script with that, wouldn't you?
Terminator? I'd give it a shot, sure.
Do a collaboration. That'd be great. But anyway, Terminator needs to be fixed. Predator needs to be fixed. There's quite a few things out there that need to be fixed the right way. I mean, we're going on topic of sci-fi and stuff, but Halloween movie, the franchise, bring it back. I know they're fixing that. And meanwhile, again, I wanted to stick with Alien, but the Guardians of the Galaxy set. You got Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn, that's it. They're good. And that's Marvel, of course. So. I don't know, Chris. I just think that, you know, and when Ghostbusters, that could be, that was supposed to be cinematic universe also with different teams that they're still talking about, which I don't know when that we're gonna get news on that. But you predict you're gonna like Alien Covenant?
I think it's going to be good. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be perfect. I think, like I said, I think they're going to raise more questions than answers.
Yeah.
But I don't think the movie's going to be bad. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
I think they revealed a little too much in the trailer. But to be honest with you, I'm not. I don't really care about spoilers, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that there's going to be like a regular, almost regular xenomorph in this movie. I thought it was just going to be like neomorphs.
And I like it how they announced there'll be all different types of aliens in the future. I'm like the toy line.
Yeah.
Snake alien, king alien. We're going back in time, basically. Like the action figure line. You're actually going to do that now.
Well, NECA just started re-releasing those figures based off of Kenner.
Right.
But they did them in the NECA style, and they're really nice.
That is really cool. Okay, before we go, well, I guess we can end this here. One question: did you see Doctor Who yet?
I have not.
Okay, we're gonna wait and talk about that then. All right, because that's caused some controversy. I don't know if you heard. All right, we're gonna go now, or maybe we'll do another one. Take care. Bye for now.